DC here. Hi guys and gals. Well, I'm out walking. It is Friday, and as they often say, you come back to the scene of the crime. So I decided I'd come back to my bench, which is here, which I used to love being at over lunchtime. So I just decided I'd take a little walk around here and just chat while I'm doing it. As I walked over here, of course, I walked in front of my workplace, and then I met a lady who was going towards work, and so we spoke a few moments, and she told me, well, I'm going actually to there's a goodbye party, and I said, oh, who for? And it's a man who was working there. He'd been there for 45 years. I remember who it was because we had chatted, and he was having his 45 years at the end of this year or something like that. Anyway, so he's got his going away party right now. So kind of an interesting thing to think that somebody could be 45 years, in the same place. Wow. That meant he started over here. 65 is retirement age. So, he's been at the company since he was 20 years old. And there's going to be some people that are going to stop that have actually been there longer. I know a man who started as a young apprentice, because you start as an apprentice quite young here in Switzerland, and so he will have like 47 or 48 years when he finishes. Wow, it is incredible. Of course, on the other hand, I was going to say is that the situation the way it was, Switzerland for years has had pension plans. So the social net was pretty good in that respect. So if you were at a company that had pension plans, you stayed there because, and that's where I say there's a because at the time, you lost a large part of your pension plan if you changed jobs, which is not the case anymore. But people just stayed on because, especially if you'd been in a company for several years, you just lost out too much. And it was a way, see it whichever way you want to, but it was a way of forcing people to stay, because you knew that when you came to the end of your working period, working life, I should say, you would have a little cushion there. Yeah, so anyway, different countries, different ways of doing things. So, as far as ourselves, we are now retired, so there's different, we have like 3 different levels. I think it's the same in most countries now. We had the Social Security, we had the pension plan, and we call it the third pillar. I think in America it's called the 401k, could be, and in Canada it's called arrears or something like that. And so that basically, the third pillar is money that if you manage to save anything, and when you saved it, I shouldn't tell you all this, you all know it anyway. It's a question of income tax and stuff like that. Yeah, so anyway, I decided, if I'm going to walk today, I felt like walking, in one of my old haunts. So I really always enjoyed coming here. This little woods has been like a haven for me all over, I was going to say, in my working period over here in the last jobs that I had. So let's see, they've been doing some work over there. There's some trees, they keep the forest nice and clean over here, and that is a nice thing. So I'm not going to go all the way. I was maybe going to go see if the famous circle was still there, but I'm probably not going to go that far because it's a bit messy, and if I get to the circle, it'll be probably quite muddy, so I'll stay away from it. But there definitely was something Up there always was when it came to Halloween. So in a way, I know there'll be something there. Yeah. So it's part of. I was going to say when I saw somebody earlier, the lady asked me. She said, "Well, what is the most difficult thing right now? Getting used to retirement." And I was thinking at one point, even though I like being alone, it is like seeing people. What I mean by seeing, it doesn't even mean talking with them. It might be just like when I would go around in the plant, I would see people. If I was at the office, I'd see people. Yeah, I wonder if you can hear that. I'll have to listen. I've been walking and my watch just told me that I've done so many kilometers or something like that. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, so not seeing people or seeing less people is kind of a strange thing. I mean, I'm glad that in Mrs. DC we each do. I was going to say a lot of times we each do our own thing. That sun's over there, and so it's good. I mean, we have time together, and we give each other space to do the things that we like. So that is something. I mean, we were already doing that before. I've changed the angle because the sun will blind the camera. Yeah. So we've got the grandkids coming over later on. So that first son of DC and my daughter-in-law, or daughter as I like to call her, and the kids, they'll be sleeping over tonight. So yeah, we'll be doing a Swiss raclette. So heating, that's warm cheese. You have like a half cheese wheel and you scrape it off as it gets melted. So it's really a lot of fun, actually. It's kind of I was almost going to say a family activity, because the person who furnishes the food to the others, we change around. So it's fun. Yeah. Just part of everyday family life. Okay, is there anything else? Nah. I just wanted to chat and vlog a little bit while I was walking in what I was almost going to say my cherished woods. Yeah. So that'll be DC signing off. Take care, everybody, and hope you're all well on this Friday. Oh, but there is something important. Yes, today is the 11th of November. And so, if you know somebody who's been in the military service, or you want to remember them, it's a good time to thank them for their service and remember all about what has happened in the past and how many people had to, toil, sweat, and blood for our freedom. Yeah. DC signing off. Take care, everybody. Bye.